Hey, what's up? We're going to go over our lesson 5, which is the lesson we did on Thursday. And I'm just going to quickly recap all the different things we talked about and everything you need to know in order to do your homework for tonight. So the point of lesson 5 is to understand that you can take complex polygons, which are shapes that have, many different sides, and you can break them up into shapes that you know how to find the area of already. So you can take some crazy looking shape that you've never seen before, and you can find the area of it. You don't need any special formula, you just need the ones you know already. The formula for finding the area of a rectangle, the formula for finding the area of a parallelogram, and the formula for finding the area of a triangle. 3 formulas that you definitely know. So for rectangle, it's length times width. For parallelogram, it's base times height. And for triangle, it's base times height divided by 2. So you know all those already. All right, really quickly, I'm just gonna share a little story to explain what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna have to switch around my screen. So say there's this very stuck-up woman. Her name's Mrs. Huffleysnoot, and she's shopping for a new home, and you are her real estate agent. She swears that she will not purchase anything that has less than 1,500 square feet in its ground floor, in its first floor. She loves hosting huge parties. She doesn't want her guests to feel cramped. So you find this house to show Miss Huffleysnoot, and you want to ensure that it meets her high standards. So how would you go about finding the area of this shape that you've never seen before? So it's got like a rectangle part to it, but it's also got this like strange triangular room over here. So you see this floor plan's already broken down into rooms, right? It's got the reception room, the ballroom, the library, and the sunroom on the end. Lovely place. Hopefully we can sell it to Mrs. Huffleysnoot. The thing is, how are we gonna find the area of this entire floor? Well, luckily you have measurements of all the rooms. So you have 10 feet is the length of this reception room, 30 feet here, 20 feet here, library 30 feet and 10 feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the area of each of these rooms and then add them together to find the total area, and then you can see whether it meets her standards of 1,500 feet. So you can either pause the video here and solve it, or just continue watching as I go through it. So let's do the reception room first. Now we have 10 feet is this length here, but how long is this? Well, you know that this little portion here is 10 feet, and then in the ballroom, which is a rectangle, that side is 20 feet. So this has got to be 20 feet as well. So we have 20 feet times 10 feet. That's going to be 30 feet along this entire long wall. So 10 times 30, 300. We've got 300 square feet in the reception room. Let's move on to the library. It's also 30 feet by 10 feet. That's also 300. We're at 600 for both the library and reception room. The ballroom is 30 feet by 20 feet, which is going to give us 600 feet. So 600 and 600 is 1,200. We're nearly there, but let's see if the sunroom gets us there. So we've got a height of 8 feet and a base of 20 feet. Now notice that I'm calling this the base and this the height. If you remember, bases of triangles are always the side length. So we're going to use this as our base, and this, because it's perpendicular to the base, can be our height. So 20 times 8 is 160, but divided by 2, that's only going to be 80 square feet. Quite small for the sunroom. So we had 1,200 for these rooms, plus 80, 1,280. Unfortunately, we cannot show this house to Miss Huffleysnoot because it will not meet her standards of 1,500 square feet. So we now know that when we have odd shapes like this strange polygon, which we've never seen before, one thing we can do is remember it's kind of like a floor plan, and we can break it up into shapes that we do know how to find the area of. Now, if you saw this and it weren't divided into rooms, I mean, one really simple thing you could have done is just found the entire length of this and then the entire length of that, and then just multiplied them together. So you would have only had to do like one rectangle and one triangle. But you could also break it up into as many rooms as you want and then add them together at the end. It doesn't matter because area is additive, which means you can break it up into small pieces, find all the area of those, and then add it back together. So that is the main point of this lesson and what you are going to need to do your homework.